I don't think my European mom knew what Hot Topic was. I think she was just more like, why are you dressing always in black? Hello GQ, how's it going? I'm Sebastian Stan and these are my essentials. I was in high school and like everyone else at the time, I'd watched Cruel Intentions, which was a very important film. Ryan Felipe, it's not just because his name in the movie was Sebastian, although I thought that was kind of interesting because there was no other Sebastian around but me at the time. He was wearing this long black coat and he looked really mysterious and tormented and emotionally conflicted. And I thought, yeah, I should probably get a long black coat. This is a coat that I enjoy to slip on here and there if I may stand up and do it. And this is a Prada long, cool, thoughtful fall. I've got a lot going on coat. I just think it's kind of cool because it's loose, you know, easy, and you can kind of do the collar thing. You just have to put it on and let it speak for itself. One of my essentials is this, which is a Listerine mouth spray. Depending on how many sprays you want to have, the more interesting the experience is. Listerine. No, but the reason that I really enjoy this, I actually use it on set a lot, and I have this weird OCD now where I have to like do it 3 times before we say action, and I don't know where that came from. It weirdly focuses me. This came into my life, I want to say like 2 years ago. It's also replaced smoking. I used to smoke, but the only time I craved a cigarette was when I was on set, because I'm nervous. But it's not just for set life. You get an interesting thought, you could just spray it away. This electrolyte mix that I like to put in water, 100% the best hydration supplement that tastes the best. I came across it on the Tim Ferriss podcast. This is watermelon, and it does taste a little salty. There's many other flavors, but I like the watermelon because the watermelon with the sodium kind of like is a good mix. You're gonna have to drink water anyway, so you might as well just, you know, have 1 or 2 glasses that taste like watermelon and salt. This is the cologne that I like to use. It's Tom Ford Beau de Jour. I'm European. I'm very American, but I was born in Europe, and there are certain European things I've definitely taken with me. Not that Americans don't use cologne. They just might not use the same amount of cologne like Europeans do, right? There's maybe a couple more extra pumps on the European side, I think. But anyway, I'm gonna say it's manly, but it has heart and guts. Heart, guts, and balls. That's what you need. You'll notice, if you haven't figured it out yet, that I do have OCD, and so it is a 3 spritz situation. It's kind of like a cross. Yeah, maybe I use a little bit too much of it sometimes. It's definitely happened. It's definitely been one of those people that just sort of like sprays and then goes into it. This book, Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This is a book that's been around for a really long time. It's very popular among Stoics. I've come across it a couple years ago when I was just looking to start my morning with sort of some inspiration. I like meditating in the morning, I like writing in the morning, and I like taking a beat with my coffee and just planning out my day and asking myself questions like, how do I feel? What am I thinking? What am I about to get into today with? And then I just like to open up the book, even sometimes randomly, and just see what I can take out of here. I mean, here's one thing, right? If you have truly seen where the matter lies, throw away the thought of how you shall seem to others, and be content that you shall live the rest of your life in such a wise way as your nature wills. There you go. Take that with your day. Nutrafol, a hair growth nutraceutical dietary supplement. And this one, I just want to credit my hairstylist, Erica. It's just nutrition for your hair, basically. I'm not even sure if it works. It's just the idea that I'm taking care of my hair, and maybe that's what's making it grow. But I do feel like it does grow a lot faster when you have it, I think. That's what I like to believe. It's essential that you have a pair of sunglasses that, you know, work. I remember wearing these sunglasses, they're on me, and I had them at the Met Ball this year. And for some reason, they really stuck with me. Sort of go with everything. This leather jacket or a t-shirt or a suit, definitely an Ami suit. They also have this really fun little heart symbol here on the side, which I think is kind of neat. I mean, I still love gas station sunglasses. I actually bought gas station sunglasses not long ago. I like glasses that have lenses, sometimes like colorful lenses. It's only recently that I've been lucky enough to have some actually really nice sunglasses such as these, so I've been making use out of them. IS Clinical products, any and all IS Clinical products. This is an amazing one. It's kind of like Listerine, but for the face. There's these things here, okay? And they come like this. Step one, you take this thing, you rub like all over your face, right? And then you gotta wait 3 minutes and it just burns. It's like just having like a bottle of Listerine that just got poured over your face. But it's also weirdly the most invigorating, awakening experience you can have. And apparently it's really, really good for you. It just sort of cleans dead skin, it revitalizes, reinvigorates, that whole spiel. And I'm very big on what can you do as quickly as possible. It can't take forever. It just needs to be like 1, 2 things. So that at night, and then this is a moisturizing complex. They have some really, really good ones. This is gonna be so embarrassing, but fuck it. So like this one, you'd wash your face and there's a serum or whatever, and then you take a little bit of this every morning, and then you just kind of go like that. And sometimes I just do this like 100 times. I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, because the idea is like, you want things to keep going up. But I'm not at the facelift option yet, so I think I believe in IS Clinical. A very essential piece is this Cartier watch. It's interesting to have a watch because you just look at your phone, which I hate. So I also just try to do everything I can to not look at the phone. You sort of need to have a watch that is just a little bit more than just a watch. It's very masculine, but it has a little bit of gold to it. It's sort of loose and feels like it's got its own life or something. It's just instantly classic. I've always loved older movies. I looked at the 40s and the 50s, and I just liked the way people looked at the time. And a lot of the Cartier watches, especially the ones that have the leather bands, there's something about it that is classic and vintage. I think that's the word. I guess maybe it's effortless. I don't know. Rolexes are incredible. I mean, don't get me wrong. But for some reason, for me, a Rolex is always like Tony Montana and Scarface. I mean, that's how it is for me. It just feels really great on the wrist. It's almost like now I can't leave the house unless I feel it on my wrist. Very important. An essential outfit is probably this. It's just like an all black situation. These Dickies, black t-shirt, some Pumas, and a quintessential vintage leather jacket. Preferably one that reminds you of On the Waterfront, starring Marlon Brando. This is such a great leather jacket because I found it literally for like $35. It was at a vintage store. It was just amazing because it was in such great condition, and obviously it has this very strong collar, which is great for winter moments on the docks. You don't have to be on a dock, but like whatever, right? You could just be in LA. That's what everybody does in LA, they just pretend. It's a great jacket, very important. See, the Cartier with the jacket works. Just a little sparkle in the darkness. My European mom's very funny. The other day she said to me, you know, I'm gonna tell you this, but I don't want you to get upset. And I said, this could be a million things, but I have to say it. And I go, just say it, please just say it. She goes, I know you're like an actor and everything. Maybe you can express a little less because I can see the wrinkles, you know. And she's like, maybe we could use a little more moisturizer. So I was like, yes, I'll get the IS Clinical and I'll moisturize my expressions away because it's too expressive. So there you go.